Paul Ford as Sam Bailey. Starring in The Baileys of Balboa. John Daner as Commodore Wintoon. Sterling Holloway as Buck. With Judy Carn. Les Brown Jr. and Clint Howard.
How you doing, Skip?
One more bolt and I got it.
Dad, before you drop the pan, drain the oil.
Gonna waste good oil?
It happens to be the break-in oil that came with the truck.
So it sailed.
Dad, you're only doing it the hard way.
Don't tell me how to drop a pan.
Okay.
One more bolt to go. Get me out of here!
Here we go, Skip. Come on, Skip. Here you go.
Oh, come on, Dad.
Skip.
Watch your head now.
Just as well. It's due for a change anyway.
You wouldn't listen.
This wouldn't have happened if you had been doing your job.
Oh, Sam, now...
Your job is head of the transportation department. And one of the things I pay you for is maintaining this fleet of truck.
I was trying to do until you insisted on getting under there yourself.
I would never have gotten under there myself if you had been doing it right.
Doing it right? I've been keeping this thing running for 5 years, ever since you bought it.
Yeah, and it had 176,000 miles on it then.
You keep out of this. This is between the boy and me.
Hey, will you answer me just one thing, Dad? Why is it I can never do anything right?
Yeah, why is that?
Just once I'd like to hear you say, "Nice job, Jim."
I'd love to hear that myself.
Sam, did you ever stop to think that of the three of us, you were the only one who's never made a mistake?
Yeah.
I lie awake nights thinking about it.
Well, if I'm so incompetent and you're packing the whole load yourself, why don't you just replace me?
I might just do that.
Fine, I quit.
Oh, no, you're not quitting. You're fired.
Too late, I resign.
You think you resign. I fired you yesterday and forgot to tell you.
You have it your way, but fired or resigned, I don't work here anymore.
You know, I sometimes don't understand that kid.
Well, I'll buy that.
He's a hothead. It's in his blood. It's the curse of the Baileys. His mother was that way, too.
It's too bad the boy didn't inherit more of your wonderful qualities, Sam.
Well, that's the way she goes.
What are you going to do about it?
Nothing. How is that boy going to hold down a job when he can't even work for his own father? How's it coming, Buck?
Well, fine. Except I wish you'd explain to me why I'm soaking these branches in water.
How else are you going to make driftwood? The tourists will pay fancy prices for it.
Sam, the beaches are full of driftwood. All we have to do is go pick it up.
Don't you get it? I'm eliminating the middleman.
I never thought of that.
That's why I'm the boss. Why aren't you helping him?
Don't you remember? I don't work here anymore.
Since when?
Since you dropped the pan on your face?
He's right, Sam. You fired him this morning.
No, Buck. I quit.
You think you quit. I fired you. Now get over there and help him with the driftwood.
Dad, you don't understand.
I'm transferring you out of transportation and into driftwood.
Do you know what this is, Dad? Do you know what this is? It's a want ad section. And somewhere in here, I'm going to find myself a job.
What's the matter with him?
Gonna get himself another job.
Another job? I've been like a father to that boy.
That's the trouble, Sam. He doesn't want to be treated like a son. He wants to be treated like an employee.
Oh, I'm supposed to treat him like I treat you, huh?
No, Sam. He wants to be appreciated.
Now I'm unappreciative.
In all the 15 years that I've worked for you, have you ever once said to me, "Nice job, Buck"?
What is it with everybody today? I'm supposed to go around saying, "Nice job, Jim. Nice job, Buck." And all these years, I've been doing the work of 3 men. And just once has anybody come over to me and said, "Nice job, Sam."
Sam, answer one question.
Sure, Buck.
When all that noise comes out of your mouth, do you ever hear any of it?
And now what are you doing?
I'm leaving.
Now he's leaving.
Well, it's the only way, Dad. As long as I stick around here, I'm not going to do anything that pleases you.
Jim, you've got things all wrong. Look, boy, you're only 22 years old. As soon as you settle down, put your feet on the ground, and start doing things my way, you're bound to do something that pleases me.
Buck, did you hear that?
Hear what?
That's just the point, Dad. You don't even hear yourself.
The boy's right, Sam. He's got to be on his own. Find a job. Move out of your house.
Where are you going to live?
I'm moving in with Buck.
He's moving in with me.
It's just until I find a place of my own, Buck, okay?
Okay, sure. There's plenty of room in the moving van.
Well, I'll see you later, Dad.
I thought I'd go in and help him get squared away. You know, show him where to put his things.
You do that. And after he hangs up his clothes, be sure to say, "Nice job, Jim."
Buck, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay, Jim. I'm just not used to sleeping in that upper bunk.
Oh, I'm really sorry about this, Buck. Yeah, you should have slept in your own bed.
No. I got a rule here. When I have a house guest the first night, he sleeps in the lower bunk.
I certainly appreciate this, Buck.
Oh, gee, Jim, I'm glad to have you here. You know, I just rattle around in this place all by myself.
Buck, do you think I was a little rough on Dad?
No, I think you did exactly right. Trying that Sam got shook up a little bit.
No. Sometimes I just get steamed up about nothing, you know? I'm hot-headed.
Yeah, I know. Your mother was the same way.
I just hate to think of him over there all upset.
Well, you should have done this a long time ago, Jim. Believe you me.
After all, he is my father.
Yeah. And that's just the point, too. He takes you. He's got to learn that you do a darn good job around here, and every now and then you'd like to be told about it.
What do you think he'll do?
Well, see, he's had a chance to think about it, he's slept on it, and he knows he's wrong, and... Come on, let's have breakfast. Forget about it for a while. What do you want for breakfast?
Oh, just some coffee.
Coffee? No, you gotta have more than that. Gotta have something to stick to your ribs. How about some eggs?
Eggs will be fine.
Okay, how do you like your eggs? Poached, scrambled, soft-boiled, shirred?
Fried.
Fried. All right. Yeah, I know. Good morning. Will you settle for oatmeal?
Oatmeal will be fine, Buck.
I'll start the coffee.
You know, Buck, you have a pretty crazy place here.
Yeah, thanks. Before I fixed it up, it looked so much like the inside of a moving van.
Okay. Buck, here he comes.
Now, don't give in too easy. Make him sweat a little, see? And then after he apologizes, be sure to get it clearly understood that he's got to change his ways.
Oh, yeah. I won't let him off too easy. I've been waiting too long for this.
Good. Here it is. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, my eye. It's 8 o'clock. Let's get on the ball, Singleton.
Well, so much for the apology. What do we do now?
Well, there's more than one way to skin an old cat.
What do you have in mind, Buck?
What does Sam Bailey hate most in the world?
Apologies.
Commodore Wintoon.
What's Wintoon got to do with this?
Well, if you went to work at the yacht club, I bet Sam Bailey would have you back over here in 5 minutes.
Are you talking about the same Commodore Wintoon that spends half his life trying to keep me away from his daughter?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You leave it to your old Uncle Buck.
Hiya, Bailey. Never.
But, Commodore, you don't understand. A terrible thing has happened to Jim.
Oh?
Yeah. He's had a fight with his father. He's left home. He has no job, and he's broke.
Oh? Now tell me the bad part.
But he's a good boy, Commodore. He's a hard worker.
There are a lot of good boys and hard workers, and their names aren't Bailey. Now, is there something else you want to discuss?
Oh, Commodore, you're cunning.
That's right.
You're shrewd.
That's right.
And you saw right through me.
I did?
Sure. I might have known. You knew, didn't you, that if you gave Jim a job, he'd use the money to buy a boat to fulfill his dream of sailing around the world. And you would be left with a broken-hearted daughter on your hands for the 2 years he'd be away.
What? I'm so glad I caught you.
Commodore?
Do you think for one moment that I would stand in the way of a young man's dream?
But he's a Bailey.
A Bailey, Wintoon, a Rose by any other name.
Do you think Barbara will wait for him?
You have my word. You tell that boy that he's got a job.
Doing Jim's work. And now you made me lose it.
Sorry, Sam. After all, you know, you can't expect Jim to do...
Step back. Can't you see I'm measuring?
After all, you can't expect Jim to do this job after you fired him.
I asked your roommate to fix this railing a week ago.
Oh, Sam, speaking of Jim, it might interest you to know.
It might interest you to know that I'm not interested in Jim.
Well, Sam, even though he doesn't work here anymore, he's still your son.
I'm trying to live that down.
Sam?
And you can tell him not to hold his breath waiting for me to say, nice job, Jim.
Sam? Sam?
Pipe down, Buck.
Nice job, Sam.
Stow it, Singleton.
Well, if you'd been looking what you were doing.
It's Jim's fault. If he'd have fixed this like I told him, I wouldn't have sawed through that horse.
Yeah, well, you're rid of him now, Sam. Jim's got a job.
What?
I've been trying to tell you that.
Jim's got a job? What idiot would hire that boy?
The idiot over at the yacht club, Commodore Wintoon.
What? Jim's working for Wintoon?
When you get to the yacht club, try not to lose your temper, see? Give Wintoon a piece of your mind. Tell him you're going to take Jim back. But don't get physical. Remember, Sam, control your temper.
Really worked, huh, Buck?
Boy, you'd have been proud of your Uncle Buck. I kept throwing out the bait to Wintoon, and he kept snapping at it. I kept throwing, and he kept snapping.
Never mind Wintoon. What did Dad say when you told him I was going to work at the yacht club?
He was speechless, stunned.
Well, what did he do?
What did he got in the truck and drove off like he was going to a fire.
What does that mean?
Don't you understand? He's over at Wintoon's now getting you fired, see? Then he's going to come back over here and ask you to go back on the job.
Well, I got to hand it to you, Buck.
Oh, I know Sam Bailey.
Get your things, son. I'll show you to your room.
Okay, Mr. Bailey.
Norm, you remember the family now, so just call me Dad.
You may know Sam Bailey, but I've never met my brother, the Giant.
If you want anything, just ask for it. Son? That's Norman Watkins.
What's a Norman Watkins?
Norman Watkins is a hard-working young man who is replacing one of my more disgruntled employees.
Oh, Sam, you never heard Jim complain.
Jim who? Oh, Jim. He's the boy that keeps running away from home.
Sam, you're just being stubborn.
With whom am I speaking? The head of the grievance committee?
No, the shop steward. And I say we need Jim around here.
Whoever this boy is, this Jim fellow you keep speaking of, it may interest you to know that as a result of careful interviewing, we no longer have any personnel problems. Norman, are you all right, son?
Fine, Dad.
Sam, you better get rid of him. He's a menace.
Oh, give the boy a chance. He hasn't found his way around yet.
As shop steward, I suggest you also hire a carpenter and a bricklayer. Also a glass blower.
You all right, son?
Fine, Dad. Where do you want me to put all this?
Norman, I'd like you to meet Buck Singleton, another member of our staff.
Oh.
Hey.
Did I hurt you, Mr. Singleton?
No. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Norman!
Yes, Dad?
Norman!
Yes,
Knock
Dad.
the lamp over.
Pick it up.
Give me that thing.
Gee, Mr. Singleton, I'm sorry. I didn't hurt you any, did I?
No, that's all right. I'm all right. Put me down. Sam, make him put me down.
Norman, put Buck down.
I'll be around.
Gee, he was in a hurry. Norman, I'll handle it.
Well,
Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting.
Jim, boy! Welcome to the Yacht Club family. Come over here and sit down.
Well, thank you, Commodore.
Can I get you something? Champagne, pheasant sandwich? Well, I understand we have a dream.
Yes,
I heard all about it. You have no idea how I admire you. A lad with a spirit of adventure. First Columbus, then Magellan, and now Bailey.
thank you, Commodore. Now, what sort of job did you have in mind?
There's only one job for a young man of the sea, sailing instructor.
Sailing instructor.
Right. You will be in charge of our kiddie program.
Well, I think I can handle that.
That should be like shooting fish in a barrel for a young man who's sailing around the world for 2 years or more.
Well, what about salary?
Oh, well, Jim boy, let's say, shall we say, just to figure off the top of my head, $300 a week?
$300 a week?
350. You got my back to the wall.
Commodore,
And, of course, there's overtime.
Boy, Commodore, when you want to make a dream come true, you really go all the way.
Jim, if you really apply yourself, in no time at all, you'll be on your way around the horn.
Well, when do I start?
Tomorrow morning.
Well, tomorrow morning would be fine, Commodore.
Glad to have you aboard.
You $300 a week?
Oh, yeah. And I bet if I played hard to get, I could have gotten them up to $10,000 a week.
Oh, isn't it nice to know how much people really hate you?
You set them up beautifully, Buck.
Yeah, well, I knew that if he helped you get a boat, it would keep you away from his daughter, see?
Oh, yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if I woke up some morning and found the Queen Mary under my pillow.
Well, get on off the yacht club now. You don't want to be late your first morning.
Are you kidding? The way things are going, he'd give me a bonus for being late.
Well, we got to be sure that Sam really knows you're working over there.
Okay, Buck. What are you up to this morning?
Well, before I go down to the boat, see, I thought I'd go in the house and watch Sam feed Godzilla.
See you tonight.
Here you are, son. Now, how do you want the other 6?
Randall. And some more toast, please.
Oh, we'll have to switch to whole wheat.
That's okay. We're going to have pancakes, too, aren't we?
Oh, lots of pancakes.
Morning, Sam.
Oh, morning, Buck.
Oh, busy, huh?
You said it.
Oh, good morning, Norman.
Good morning, Mr. Singleton.
Oh, we like eggs, do we, Norman?
Yeah. Like pancakes, too.
Lots of pancakes.
That toast ready yet, Dad?
Here you are. Plenty more where that came from.
Keep 'em coming.
Sam,
Yes, Buck?
are we going down to the bait barge and pick up the sardines?
Oh, boy, I like fish.
No, Norman, you don't eat these.
No, Norman, you use them for bait. See, you put them on a hook and throw the hook in the water, and then you come up with a nice, big, fat tuna.
Now you're really making me hungry.
Sam, I'm going on down to the boat.
As soon as Norman has finished his breakfast, we'll be down there.
Have you any idea how long that might take, Sam?
Let me see. It's 8 o'clock now.
Good, I'll look for it at 11.
We'll be there at 10:30.
Fine, that gives us an hour and a half before you have to feed it again.
You got any sausage, Dad?
Sausage.
Sam? What have you got Godzilla doing now?
Can't possibly do any harm for a while. I got him cleaning out the bait tank.
Yeah, well, that ought to carry him for lunch.
You ever see anybody could eat like that?
Just once, in the San Diego Zoo, and he was in a cage and had a tail.
I don't know what I'm going to feed him for dinner.
Yeah, well, why don't you get a big 5-pound hunk of meat, throw it in the room, and close the door quick?
Hey, Dad. Yes, son?
The boat's drifting away from the dock.
Drop the anchor, son.
Right, Dad.
He's already wrecked half the house. Now he's going to wreck the boat.
Buck, why must you always exaggerate? How could he possibly...
Dropping the anchor, Dad.
How do I get you back?
Very simple, Sam. 3 little words.
3 little words.
Yeah. Nice job, Jim.
It won't work unless he's here to hear them.
I can arrange that. Here comes Jim. Here he comes. Get under. Get under. It won't work.
Don't tell me it won't work. It'll work.
How can you take a muffler apart, have one piece left over, and tell me it's going to work?
What's the matter, Buck?
What's the matter is what's always the matter. That's what's the matter. Your father's never wrong.
We'll see who's wrong when we start this thing up.
Now what?
Sam took this muffler apart. He put it back together again. He had one piece left over, and now he says it doesn't belong on the muffler.
You're wrong, Dad. When you hook up a muffler, you have to put the gasket between the mufflers and the header.
Another expert heard from. Start her up, Buck.
Come on, Skip. Come on. Here we go.
Where'd you say that piece goes?
Don't worry, Dad. I'll fix it.
I'm sure you'll do a pretty good job, Jim.
Well, not the exact words, but he's getting close.
Buck, have you seen Norman?
No, I haven't, Sam.
I've been looking for him. Never mind, he's here.
Now that Jim's back, can't you let Norman go? Look, I'm a nervous wreck.
I will as soon as I can find a good excuse.
Excuse? Well, what about yesterday when he started the truck in reverse and drove it off the dock?
Dad? I'm afraid I have to quit.
Quit? Oh, gosh, that really is a blow. But I guess there's no way to stop you.
Well, I know it's unfair to you and Mr. Singleton, but I've decided to go back to trade school.
Well, a young fellow can't get too much schooling these days. What do you want to be, son?
A watchmaker. Butterfingers.